Hello, Cherie Hanson here. First of all, I want to thank you from the wet breath, I make up my own words, of my heart for watching my videos on YouTube. I would ask you to please subscribe so that you can get the new messages that are coming through. Tonight, I wanted to talk a little bit about the raft. In the past, we were in an ocean of just this void that we were floating on. And what we did was we formed nations, we formed clans, we formed social classes, and everyone that believed in the same way was on the raft. And it was all nicely tied together. And it kept us from sinking into, Lord help us, questioning reality or seeing ourselves as somehow responsible for our own decisions and our own belief systems. I was born in 44, and I'll tell you, in the 50s, we were clinging to that raft. I don't want to be responsible. I'm just going to follow along what I've been taught, and this will keep me safe, as we're crouching under our desks, covering our heads as the alarm goes off across the river in Portland, Oregon. You're about to have a atomic bomb dropped on you, but it was still so comforting because we were all under those desks, all of us, all of the little kids, just ready to be melted into some kind of weird sculpture on the floor. And then we came to a time where things started to fragment. I remember the first time I really saw this was in the 70s, when a lot of us woke up to the horrendousness of the Vietnam War. And this was personal. I had friends who went to the Vietnam War and came back mentally ill, broken, unable to function, suicidal, hooked on drugs. So now we're in a place where we're going like, oh, we just live on this raft. They tell us this raft is safe and we'll just cling to the logs that are all tied together. And many of us said, it's a lie. This raft is not working. So we would be busily sawing our own personal log away from the raft to escape from what we could see was corruption and cruelty and the patriarchy and consumerism. We're pretty heavy duty into that right now. I know a lot of people are pessimistic. They don't like it when they find out that there's sexual abuse or that people are being paid off or that something that was supposed to be wonderful, you get the new whatever and it catches fire and burns down your kitchen. No, we were told it was safe. And so what you start to see is you start to see cracks. There are cracks in the raft. The logs in the raft start to have cracks. You can't depend on it. And for a lot of people, what happens when they get into that position is they start to become very frightened because the question is, what do I hold on to? If I haven't got the egregore that our society is telling us is true, that my family has told me is true, that my class has told me is true, that my white female semi-upper middle class has told me is true, then what is my security? And it's at this point that we start to grow. Because what your security is to go inside and find out who you are. We don't like it. You know, it's just a horrendous experience. I want the old lies. I want the old dance moves. I want the old, let me just watch Netflix and get gin wasted. It'll be great. But then everything starts to crumble and fall around you, and you go like, what can I cling to? And that is when you start the real journey of finding out who you are. And how you know that this is an important time in your life is because it's so awful. No lesson has ever been learned by somebody skipping through a meadow with spring flowers, smelling perfume. The world is alive with the sound of corruption. No, and that's where we are. So we have to grow ourselves to a place where, can I believe, and this is the interesting part, if I don't have a raft, can I believe that the water itself will hold me up? The water is the universe. The water is spirit. The water is the field. And can I just let go of the struggle and lay back and say, I know you will hold me up? That is where we're being led to at this particular time. And I'm very optimistic that many people are embracing this lesson, and they're no longer, competing with other people or trying to look exactly like somebody else, or, oh, they told us to crouch under our desk. Let's all do that, because that'll make us safe. Seeing the truth allows us to trust the water and to stop clinging to things that we are told. What if we're okay? What if we are loved? What if every single moment of our life we are loved and protected, and the universe is there for us? And this is the journey that I have watched myself go through in the last 3 years. I've seen many people who have taken this opportunity of being sanded. It's just like, you got rough edges. Let's just take this burr sander and sand you down. And understand that it is changing you. And what it's changing you into is something that is more your absolute personal and individual truth. What I've come to is I understand the only thing we're here for is to love, and is to maintain our compassion like a lighthouse in a dark storm. We just keep shining the light out. We don't know if we're helping anybody or not, but that's what we come to. I would invite you to my blog, which has 75,000 some hundred subscribers at this time. And I do life coaching, and I have a very beautifully clear psychic channel, and I can read you and help you if you wish to get a hold of me and sign up for that. Thank you so much. I know that we are making a better world, and we just have to put up with the renovations. All right? It's messy. So there we go. Thank you very much for listening.